All right. Greetings and welcome back to those who have just joined us. This is Moon on this very, very hot Monday. I pray everybody is doing well. Let me know if the sound is coming through clear because this thing got a low battery and it's sounding a little bit to me. But let me know if it's clear. Welcome to everybody who's just joined us. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Um, like, share, subscribe, comment. And for those who've come back time and time again, you don't know it already. Welcome back. I saw this story. I believe the name of the channel was Jada Black. So I wanted to go and look the story up and then add, I guess, my 2 shekels. Sister Mayana used to say, my 2 shekels into this conversation. Um, as I see some news stories come across the feed, you know, Chris, welcome to the conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can hear me. All right. So the name of this one here is Navy sailor kills wife. This was in the New York Post. Let me see. Show reading view. But y'all know how it looks different on different things. But let me just making sure I'm still being heard while I switch my view here. So we're gonna read this and then continue, yeah? If it go crazy, oh no, what did I? No, never mind. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I pressed the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong thing. All right. So Navy sailor killed wife's lover after catching them having an affair. Court documents reveal. So someone named Tyler L. Jenkins, I'm gonna read the article, has been charged with second-degree murder after he killed his wife's lover in March 11th, 2022. A U.S. sailor allegedly gunned down his wife's lover after catching the pair having sex in their Virginia home, court documents show. I'm trying to keep my comments to myself. Tyler Lamar Jenkins, 26, was charged with second-degree murder in Friday's fatal shooting of Timothy Paul Talley III, 28, at a married couple's home in Virginia, police said in a statement. Talley of California was struck multiple times during the domestic-related shooting and was pronounced dead at the scene. Jenkins was taken into custody at his residence without incident, cops said. Jenkins' wife told cops he entered a room where she was, quote, engaged in a sexual act, end quote, with Talley, prompted her husband to open fire at her boyfriend, court documents obtained by the Virginia Pilot show. What am I doing wrong? Jenkins asked at the scene of after he told cops someone was having sex with his wife in their home, according to the court records. Jenkins then admitted shooting Talley 3 times. The gun he used to kill his wife's lover has recovered at the home, police said. Investigators did not disclose the relationship between the men in Saturday's statement. Jenkins, who was arraigned Monday, has been employed by the U.S. Navy since 2014. The Virginia Pilot reported. A message seeking additional comment for Navy spokesperson was immediately returned Tuesday. Hold on 1 second. Jenkins remained held without bond. Online records show he was reportedly denied a public defender due to his income and is set to appear in court May the 12th. Attempts to reach Talley's relatives Tuesday was unsuccessful. I just want to make sure when I switch over, you guys can hear me. Let me know if you heard all of that because I'm switching screens on this, not the laptop, so I can't necessarily share my screen, but I just want to see if you can hear me while I'm reading. So I'm gonna go back over there again. So let me know if you just heard that while I was reading, even though I'm switching screens. How wild is that, though? How wild is that? I'm gonna start off by reading something that sometimes people deviate from the Torah and say, we don't do any that stuff anymore. It's kind of torn between the laws of this land and some will say universal law, loud and clear, cool. But the Bible talks about committing adultery and not committing adultery. And in Leviticus 20, it says, if a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death. Now, I'm not justifying what the man is saying. I'm just saying that in some historically uh historical cultures, it wouldn't have just been the man, right? If he actually saw them and he came in and the wife is witness to it, because in the testimony she's saying this is what he walked in seeing, so this is not a figment of his imagination, then the judgment is not just for one person to be taken out. And I don't know if it is like, you would have to bring them before judges. So essentially, at this point, he took matters into his own hands, and he's over there asking the people, like, "Yeah, what I did wrong?" You know what I mean? So some people are saying he had a momentary break where he just went into the mode. We don't know if he knew what was going on beforehand. But let me go on. Yeah, so that's the part right there, that it's not just the adulteress, quote unquote, but also the adulterer, the one who's committing the adultery. In this case, it will be, what's the name of this guy here? What's the name of this guy? Tally. It would have been him and the wife as well. But the wife is alive to tell the story at this time. I'm not saying that he should have took the wife out or that he should have took Tally out in this space and time where we are, because the laws are very much different. Um, in this place, the most they will give you is the right to divorce the person, right? The right to divorce the person, but in that case, you wouldn't have the right to take their life. So let's just read it again. A U.S. Navy sailor allegedly gunned down his wife's lover after catching the pair having sex in their Virginia home. Lady, this lady, I don't know what she looks like. I haven't, but this lady absolutely has no chill. I heard some men saying, she doesn't respect him. To a larger degree, she doesn't respect herself, right? Because to do that in and of itself is off, but to do it in the home that you people share is even worse. Taylor, and he's young too. Tyler, sorry, 26, was charged with second degree murder and attempted murder. This is a 28-year-old. So this 28-year-old, this sneaky link thing, this sneaky link culture that's being promoted on the computer, you know what I mean? This type of energy where it's cool to be infidels, for lack of a better word, right? Where people are being taught that if you're high value, then you should be able to do such and such. It's playing with people's emotions. In this particular case, this dude has a sneaky link. This is what the youths are calling it these days. This dude Timothy goes to check a sneaky link and does not live to tell the story. And no respect. When you go to certain people's house, you take your shoes off. He didn't take his shoes off. He entered the man's house, entered the man's location, and then defiled the man's wife in his house. Both Timothy and what's the name of the wife? Miss Jenkins. They have no, I don't know what's going on with them. Let me know your thoughts. I'll keep reading. I want to click the hyperlink, but I'm gonna wait. So he's from California. He was struck multiple times and pronounced dead at the scene. So not even when the paramedics or nobody, they did at the scene, that was it. So imagine you didn't clear up you didn't clear up your life, because clearly you over here being a sneaky link. Okay, you didn't get everything together. We don't know if you got a family or if you got children. We don't know, and you go risk your life for some front, as they used to call it back in the day, and don't live to tell the tale. If this is caution, if this is not cautionary, I don't know what is. It says Jenkins was taken into custody at his residence without incident. Jenkins, he, to a certain degree, he knew what he did. He's like, yeah, I did it. I don't understand what's the problem. So Jenkins I don't know what's going on with Jenkins. I don't know what's going on. And the wife told the cops that he entered a room where she was, quote, engaged in a sexual act. Lady, which prompted her husband to open fire at her boyfriend. How is this thing reading? And who wrote this, New York Post people? Why did you call the man her boyfriend? How did we confirm that that's her boyfriend? Let me go to this link here that they put, because I'm trying to see if there's any more information on this case right here. This is a wild case. This wasn't the first time she did it. Plus, was she this way before the wedding? Questions, Chris. These are the same questions. Was it the first time? Did he have an inkling? Did the neighbors call him? Was he ready? Like, how? If he's in the Navy, was he home that day? There's so many questions as to how he was already locked and loaded when he rolls in there on her, right? And if that's not the person you want, then move along, darling. Dissolve the relationship and keep it moving. What is the need to do all of that? So, and now you call somebody, you could have almost lost your life. But he's a straight shooter because he shot the dude and not her. He wouldn't be able to live with her. Oftentimes, oftentimes, and y'all can tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but when the woman cheats, for some reason, the man thinks it's really different than when he cheats. So, oftentimes, when the woman cheats, the man is the. Let me rewind. The man oftentimes has a difficult time getting beyond the woman, quote unquote, cheating. But the converse is not true, is what I'm trying to say. So let's see here. Virginia Beach sailor fatally shot man in sexual act with wife. Court documents say. Let me see. He was arraigned. Oh, boom, we got a little more information. A bail determination sheet filed in Virginia Beach District Court said Jenkins' wife called 911 to report that her husband had shot her boyfriend. I hope this is not on the 911 call, lady. No, man, she watched too much TikTok. What is? Police responded to an apartment complex in the 4800 block of Crystalline Palace at 9:47, where they found Talley with multiple gunshot wounds and pronounced him dead. Court documents filed in the case state the wife told the police that Jenkins entered the room where she was engaged in sexual act with Talley, and Jenkins fired a gun at her. The incident, she said, made her fear. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, lady. Where you there? We need for talk to she. Somebody call interview her. This lady said the incident made me fear for my life. So when you was icing up, when you was with the sneaky link at your yard, that didn't make you fear for your life? This dude looked broken and like he's going to continue to be broken. This young 26-year-old, you know what I mean? Somebody going to have to come defend him and try to get a crime of passion or something, because he just looks like what in the world? He looks like what in the world right now? Yo, she said the incident made her fear for her life. Not what she was doing made her fear for her life. The incident. So she had no fear. Let me see. Let me go here to this next click link here. Sometimes people are only afraid when they can directly see the judgment, not realizing that what you're calling on yourself by doing certain things. If you don't like the man, if you don't want to be with the man, y'all dissolve that and then you go along your merry little way. You separate from the person, but clearly you people are not separated because he has access to the home. He entered the home, and he entered the room in which you were being defiled or defiling. Let me see here. This is Virginia Beach. Identified. The case is being investigated. It's the same information. Someone said that she put her social media. They didn't put her full name, and someone said they put her social media. She put her social media on private because you already know how the internet is. You already know how the internet is. So right now, at this point, the sneaky link is dead. The woman seems to be on the run. Nobody knows where she is, and the husband is in custody. I guess there's a reason where it says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Let me read it again. Leviticus 20. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death. This is what the Torah says. But today, like I said, this whole sneaky link conversation and all of this stuff and the way in which it's being presented is setting people up for the okie doke. It's setting people up for the okie. Let me know if you can see. I'm on 1% on this thing, and it may be going slow. Hopefully, it's still coming through. So I just wanted to stop by and share that article and let me know your thoughts. I know there's some people who, the truth of the matter, this happens all the time. It happens, not necessarily the person getting shot, but people committing adultery, people being unfaithful. Of recent times, there's a few YouTubers and TikTokers. It's mostly young melanated males. They go around doing these loyalty tests, right? And I just find it interesting to watch, just to look at human nature. And when he first approaches them, they're all like, you can see who right away is uncomfortable. And you could just see the propensity for people to just lie, like right to your face lie. So, he usually asks them, there's a few of them, there's like, I can't call their name off the top of my head, but we will watch some. We should watch some of those loyalty tests. And he goes up to them and says stuff like, oh, y'all a couple? They usually say yes. Are you in a relationship? Then he says, you mind if I loyalty test? And then sometimes they'll switch phones. You could immediately see the person is about to get caught. But if they don't switch the phone, they're already caught. And if they do switch the phone, they're caught. And what I keep saying is, how dumb is this? Why are you walking around with all of this evidence in your phone? I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. That doesn't make any sense to me. They have way too much incriminated evidence on their phone with their mate right there. And then they start going through it and they're like, well, who is this? Who is that? And so in some instances, they'll have the person call, without prefacing and letting them know. And a person on the other end will be like, hey, baby. And they're like, baby, it's just to see how dishonest is really the word that I'm looking for, that people could be instead of just being real. This woman, and this could, Miss Jenkins, or whatever her name is, she could have just been honest with this 26-year-old. They had to just not too long get married because he's only 26. And he's been in the Army since 24. And what year are we in? 2014. And we are in, what year is this? 2022. He's been in there for 8 years. So that means since he was 18 years old, he was in the Army, right? Or the Navy. That means right out of high school, he went there. Now, some people in the military, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they get access to more benefits if they're married. So it may have been a marriage of that. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody he knew somewhere along the lines. But if he's in there from 2014 and he's 26, 18 years old, he went into the military. That's all he knows. They would have trained him. Know how to use a weapon, how to use a gun, how to do what he does, whatever he was doing over there. You understand? So for whatever reason, he's married to her. And if she wasn't willing to be present, then just say that, bruh. What's so hard? But let's go. John is saying, what's going on, John? Crimes committed as a result of caught in the act of infidelity when the person in your own home as first offender, the person shouldn't receive. I don't know. Yeah, he's in the man's house. One could say he's trespassing, but the woman let him in. Like you're saying, there's a lot going on in this case. So there's something to definitely follow. They probably go the crime of passion route because it does look like a crime of passion. If the defense or the prosecutor would have to prove that it was premeditated. There's a whole lot of stuff that can go on in this case. It's just, wow. Right. He should have charged it to the game. He should have been like, yo, get out. Because now he just ruined his whole life. And clearly she's not worth it. Talking about, and now I feared for my life. Now is when you fear for your life? Not when you brought the sneaky link into the crib? You know what I mean? So he should have just charged it to the game and sent her along her way. But the chances of her doing it to somebody else would have been great. And the chances of a sneaky link doing it again would have been great. So I don't know. There's something about allowing certain levels of violation to continue, then people have no fear. Now when she saw bullets flying, she feared for her life. But you didn't fear. I keep saying it. Talk to whatever the guy's name. Y'all have the conversation. Y'all be adults. You're adult enough to marry them. This is not working. This, that, and the third. Have several seats. But no, now somebody's life and whoever that person is connected to is no longer here. Because, and another thing I see in these loyalty test videos is sometimes men, I'm sorry, my apologies, I love the men, but they're too inclined to, so sometimes like in the video, he will get the girl to convince her girlfriend to call the boyfriend, if that's not confusing, to see if he wants to Netflix and chill. So the girls would call the boyfriend, their friend's boyfriend, and be like, "Hey, I've been checking for you. I think you cute. You want to Netflix and chill." I want to say 9 out of 10 of these dudes. I've only heard 1 or 2 guys would be like, "Yo, isn't that your friend? You're bugging." 9 out of 10 of them would be like, "Oh, are you sure? Is she not gonna find out? If she's not gonna find out, I'll do it." I'm like, "What?" And then right away the girl jumps on the phone. "I can't believe you. You know, it's like, why would you do that? That's her friend. How is she not gonna find out? How is she not gonna find out?" So some of it, sometimes the men momentarily are not thinking with the right head and find themselves into trouble following behind some of these women that have no good intentions for them, right? So that's something that men have to, y'all gotta help us out on that. So I don't know what a 304 is. I've heard that saying. I have, if you can enlighten me, I don't know what that is, John. Will purposely target military men because they know that most of them are simps that more than likely joined young and have no experience with women. That's why military cheating rate is high. They're saying if you hear a shot on a military, someone was cheating. Uh-oh. They got shot. Are you for real? It's interesting that you mentioned that, because as I was looking up this article, I saw a Reddit and I said I wanted to read it if the article didn't take me too long, which it didn't. Something, I don't know, man. Let me see where I put the article. Hold on. But in this particular case, in my estimation, she was reckless. She was reckless. There was no need for you to go to those levels to bring that to your own house. You know what I mean? You weren't thinking. That was very short term thinking. Hold on, I was trying to see if I could find it. I thought I saved it. So if anybody have anything else to say, feel free to share. Uh, Stop being sneaky links, people. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care how many. Uh, I guess I can't find it again. And you know that being in certain conditions, high pressure conditions, mentally causes a lot of angst to military people. So why would you put yourself in that predicament? Why? A 304 is a YouTube friendly way of saying I'm done. Ah, I'm so done. I'm so done. Yeah, yo, I hear people saying that all the time. I'm like, what is a 304? Thank you for enlightening me. Saying, what are y'all doing over you? Beeper code? Y'all over here spelling, y'all from the 90s. Whoever came up with that is from the 90s, man. Y'all using beeper language? Turn your phone upside down and you'll find out what it is. Hold on 1 second. I can't seem to find what it is that I was looking for, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Let me give me 2 more seconds and play this commercial, and I'll be right back. That's funny.
Virginia Beach police say it happened Friday on Crystal Line Place near town center. Allison Basil dug through court documents to try and find out what really happened.
Wait a minute.
According to court documents, before his arrest, this man, 26-year-old Tyler Jenkins, said to Virginia Beach police, quote,
Sorry, I don't want to play it all the way because YouTube be sending me copyright strikes all day to my inbox. Like, I can't find the other Reddit thing. It was a personal, I guess, an anecdotal story about um Let me try to find it. Hold on. I guess they want the benefits too, I guess. I heard about military spouses where they will have their work husband or work wife at the military or on the base, and then when they go back to their homes, I mean, all of that is extracurricular. You know what stuff is going around out here these days? It's too crazy out here to be people to be running around acting reckless. That's just my thoughts. What are yours? I can't find it right now, so I'm not even going to belabor the point. But thank everybody for tuning in, uh, and we'll talk to you again next time. Wait, wait, I'm trying to play my outro.